Imagine this, a serene ocean, a ship cruising smoothly, and out of nowhere a band of marauders emerges, disrupting the tranquility with a violent takeover. Sounds like a scene from a swashbuckling pirate movie, right? But no, this is not a scene from the 17th century. It's a very real and contemporary issue. Before we proceed into details, please subscribe, post your comments, and share this insightful video. Maritime piracy, a problem that has plagued our oceans for centuries, is not only alive but thriving in certain parts of the world today. Our journey begins in the late 20th century. During this period, piracy was relatively dormant, with sporadic incidents occurring primarily in the South China Sea. As we moved into the 21st century, the situation began to change. The early 2000s saw a sudden increase in piracy incidents off the coast of Somalia. Political instability and a lack of law enforcement on the high seas provided the perfect breeding ground for this resurgence of piracy. However, the surge of piracy was not contained to just Somalia. A severe economic crisis and political instability in Venezuela also led to a drastic in piracy incidents. As the economy plummeted, ordinary citizens turned to desperate means to survive, leading to a dangerous increase in maritime attacks off the Venezuelan coast. This highlights how modern piracy is not just a relic of the past, but a present-day concern, driven by economic and political unrest around the globe. As we moved into the second decade of the 21st century, the piracy epicenter shifted from the Horn of Africa to the Gulf of Guinea. By the mid-2010s, this region had become the world's foremost hotspot for maritime piracy. The pirates of the Gulf of Guinea have become notorious for their violent attacks and kidnappings, often targeting oil tankers and cargo ships. While the Gulf of Guinea remains a significant concern, we cannot overlook the resurgence of piracy in the waters of Southeast Asia. In recent years, the Straits of Malacca and Singapore have seen a notable increase in piracy incidents, making this one of the top maritime hotspots for such attacks. Despite these alarming trends, it's important to recognize the concerted efforts made by maritime authorities and governments worldwide to combat this scourge. International cooperation, strict law enforcement, and improved security measures on ships have all played a part in curbing piracy incidents. Yet, these measures have not been able to eliminate piracy completely. The challenge lies in the vastness of the oceans and the complexity of international maritime laws. In summary, the story of maritime piracy in the 21st century is a tale of shifting hotspots and evolving challenges. From the South China Sea to the Horn of Africa, the Gulf of Guinea, and the Straits of Malacca, piracy has proven to be a resilient and adaptable foe. Despite significant efforts from authorities worldwide, combating piracy remains a complex and ongoing challenge. As we continue to navigate the vast and unpredictable seas of the 21st century, the shadow of maritime piracy serves as a stark reminder of the darker side of our interconnected world. Whether it's a cargo vessel on the high seas or a bustling shipping lane in a narrow strait, the threat of piracy looms large. Even in our modern world, some old threats still persist.